In this video, I walk through what would be my roadmap if I was to start again from scratch and scale a web design agency to $50,000 a month. Now, for those of you who don't know, way back in the day, the first step I took into digital marketing was building websites. This was like three, four, maybe four, yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. And I, at the time, was able to scale my web design agency, just the web design arm of my agency, to around 50K per month. And I had, a full-time graphics designer, a full-time, website project manager, paying Australian wages, no outsourcing. It was all in-house, and we were custom designing every website that we were building. And we were doing it across all these different niches and industries. We weren't solidified. So if I knew what I know now back then, I feel like I would have scaled it way beyond that, because we got to 50K a month and we were operating off like 40 to 50% profit margins. So I managed to do it quite well even back then. But with the information that I know now, I would do it so differently. And so in this call, I'm actually having a one-on-one call with someone I'm currently mentoring, and he has a web design agency too, but it's all very ad hoc. Reminds me of how things used to be back in the day for us, doing websites for every different little niche and industry. And so one of the things that I got him to do was make a decision on what niche he wants to focus on, because the way that I would do it now with all the information that I have is I would choose one niche, one industry. I would then do everything based off templates to minimize the chances of a website not being built where a customer is going to be happy or not. Minimize revisions, minimize the creative side of the process. I'd find a niche, build templates, get clients to choose a website they want based on that template. I would choose one niche and then I would go lower market. So instead of building websites for 10 grand, I would go anywhere between, 2.5 to 5, within that range, and then just build a system to churn them out in one particular niche and industry, because it'll start to really spread like wildfire, and it's so much more scalable. And with a system like this, you can actually leverage staff overseas and really take advantage of that wage arbitrage to maximize profits, particularly if you build a really good system. So in this video, I essentially walk him through what that approach would be. Whether you've got a web design agency yourself or a digital agency or any other business, the approach and the principles are the same. So I would highly recommend you watch it, and watch it all the way to the end so that you can see the entire roadmap from start to finish. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
This person came up to you, and you said she was doing 300K.
Yeah,
Was
they
she
actually showed me
referred?
her yeah, she was referred. Yeah.
Person over here, you could charge, well, you could charge between 3 to 5K for a website, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, in terms of like next steps, I'd probably say there's a few things. Let's kind of think about it. Like what are the things that we need to get under control to do this? So the first is going to be templated designs.
Designs, yeah.
So this is going to be you like putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might spend 2 to 3 weeks just like building the most incredible like free templates that are,
Mm-hmm.
like how can you figure this out? Find the best people in Australia, the best companies, the top companies, and then
And
just
recreate it.
recreate it, but create 3 different style templates
Yeah.
so that you can give someone the option to choose between 3 styles, but build these
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's step number one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd also be like research CRO, so conversion rate optimization.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would do this. So you build the website and you also tell them like it's optimized to get you conversions. So like,
Mm-hmm.
having like call now buttons,
Call to action buttons, yeah.
you know, um,
Booking links, that sort of stuff.
yeah,
If they're selling merch, obviously having it set up, or like products or anything, yeah.
what should be on a landing, what should be on a website,
On
like,
their landing
you know,
page, yeah.
reviews,
Yeah.
about us. Like you should come,
UGCs.
you should essentially be like to them, our templates are built to be optimized for conversions. So that's the
Yeah.
first thing, templated design. Next is what? Once you've got the template, um, then you're going to start taking on more of these people. So you're going to now start developing process and systems.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the rule of thumb is you got to do everything yourself and then teach someone else. So, for example, okay, like you take on this person, what's the best way to communicate with her? All right, so you learn like, okay, Slack.
Slack.
So
Yeah.
communication. And then it's like, what's the best way to project manage where the project is up to? So then you're like,
Uh,
okay, well, if I want to be able to
Notion.
log in. If I have 10 projects, I want to see what they're up to. Okay, so you decide
Yeah.
Notion, or it could
Yeah.
be like Monday.com. And you'll discover these things like you want to essentially build it so it's optimized for yourself. And then
Yeah.
eventually you're
Yeah.
building the
I've
systems and
kind
the
of already
process.
like done them. So I use like Motion for like my personal time management and my overall projects. And then like I put all like for the client to see like their project brief and everything on Notion, with like the timeline and stuff. So they see where I'm up to and I just tick it off along the way so they don't nag me. And then I put everything else in Slack.
Sweet. So Slack is the way you're going to communicate. Notion
Yeah.
is project management
Yeah.
so that you can like see the timelines and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
then Bug Herd
Bug hurts for
is
updates. Yeah.
for like so that the client doesn't send you like, can you change this? Can you change this in
Mm-mm-mm.
Word doc? You
And a
just say
text
to them,
message. Yeah.
go in. And then when I say systems, it's also like the um the build process. So
Yeah.
so the worst thing that can happen here, I'll tell you like a nightmare story I once had.
Uh,
I once built a website for someone and it cost 4 grand.
mhm.
Now any I didn't set any expectation with this customer on how the process of the build would be. And
Mm,
so he took complete control.
mm,
So we started and I said, all right, man, like I'd love some inspiration on like what you're looking for. He said, this is kind of like what I'm looking for. I said, all right, great. And
mhm.
then I said, all right, he's like to me, just start building it out. Um, and like send me the link so I can preview it as you're building it.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, I accepted that. So I told him I'm going to build out his first web design, his mock-up. Because like what's the process? It's like design
Yeah.
brief, and then that could be like inspo,
Mood boards.
huh?
Mood boards,
Yeah,
that sort of stuff.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Objectives, right? Now what I did is I said I didn't have this. So I said to him, all right, he closed. I said to him, all right, I'm just gonna go. I've got an idea on what you want. I'll go and build out the first design. But I full built out that first design like from scratch. Like it was just
Yeah.
WordPress, like just adding in, just building a banner, then doing this, then doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he said, can you send me like the preview link so that I can like see what you're doing as you're building it? Or I sent him the initial because I was excited. I sent him the initial link, just be like, look how I'm going so far. Whatever happened, he ended up having the fucking link that was live updating as I was working on the website.
Mm,
And it turned into the worst 2 months of my life, bro.
yeah.
This
Because
guy,
every time he put something, he'd like
bro,
get into it.
I'd literally be working on the website and he would call me and be like, hey, you know that change you did? Can you change it to be this instead? Can
Yeah.
you move this here to the right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And bro, he would call me every 2 hours. I
Yeah.
times it,
Wow.
man.
Yeah. No,
Call
it's
me, call me.
ridiculous.
Can you change this? Can you adjust this? Oh, you know that recent update? I don't like it. And I'm
Yeah.
not even done yet. It's like, no, I don't like it, man. Take it. Can you try and do this? There was no process, and it was
Yeah.
the worst experience
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah. It's
the
not good.
website. Okay.
Yeah.
So
No,
you also do the
I do
design
3 round
process.
revisions. Yeah, I do 3 round
Yeah.
revisions. And then they come like if they're quicker on their feedback, then I'm quicker on the actions. But I give them about a week to get back to me. And then if
Yeah.
they miss out that week, then it is what it is. Sorry.
Cool. So
I
you
should I
go,
cut down to 2? Oh, actually, no, I do 2. Actually, I don't do 3 rounds. I do 2, and then the last one's a final launch. Like this is what we're
yeah.
gonna go with.
Yeah, so that's fine. Like you'll develop this process
Yeah,
and see what works for you at scale. But this is
yeah,
essentially what we're looking at. This is how we're
yeah,
going to scale you to like 20K a month. You're going to get
yeah.
templated designs. You're going to
Mm,
develop a process and system. Okay.
mm,
And then up here, obviously I should have put like niche. So we found the niche. That's the first thing, right? Niche, we've got it. Now we need to start building templated designs. You need to develop process
mm,
and systems. Build 5 to 10 websites yourself.
mm.
This will help you like, this is just a rough number. It could be less, could be more. This will just help
There's
you
enough
like really lock in that this system over here,
income revenue yet.
right? And then record trainings
The process, yeah.
or process. And then this could be like building sites, comms, clients, and then project managing.
Mm,
So like how do you build the website? How do you communicate with the client? How do you project manage? And then
mm,
like you just build systems around that.
mm,
And then after that, you hire you hire web builder.
mm,
And this is when you're going to start to scale. Because once you've
mm,
done this, then you're going to then put your time into outreach and
mm,
scaling. So you can either start
mm,
running ads from companies, or you can start doing cold email and cold DM outreach, being like, hey, here are 7 websites I've built for other companies, website packages. I can, would you like for us to talk about something we can do for you? They're probably going to ask how much it costs. Then you go back and forth. And now you're going to start now building your sales systems. And then after you build your sales systems, then you're going to outsource that. And then you're going to find someone else to message for you. And then you're just going to do the sales calls, right?
mm,
But like by the time you get here, bro, you're going to be at like 50K a month once you get here.
mm. Okay. And
Okay, so
what
this
if the
is
niche doesn't work?
then
Just keep
then you
everything and just repivot.
then you go to another niche.
Okay, cool, got you.
Yeah. But like this is why I need you to be very certain with like your niche.
Yeah,
You need to be confident like this is the right niche.
yeah, yeah,
Because like I'm sure you'll learn a lot in the process, but
yeah.
um in order for you to like test if something's going to work, you really
You
need to
gotta try it.
like you need to commit to it. Well, I think we're like at a point now where you've got your next steps, you've got your niche,
Hmm,
you've got your
hmm.
service. So what's going to happen from here on out is just going to be a matter of you executing, and
That's
then
right. Yeah, it's all on me now.
executing. It's all really on you right now.
That's right. Yeah.
Um, and I'm excited for you because I think when it comes to like websites, I've always noticed like you've managed to get websites over the line. You've never really had issues with websites. So
No, it's true.
yeah,